back to my channel. I'm so happy to be filming. I'm so excited to be filming. It's almost the new year, so that's my New Year's resolution. The resolution this year is to just stay more consistent on YouTube, upload more. I have a lot more video ideas that I want to start doing. I don't know, I just got this creative bug in me and I'm gonna see it through. So if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Sophia. Hit that subscribe button before you leave if you like what I'm serving you. And if you're already subscribed, what's up? Give this video a thumbs up. Leave me your comments down below. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, sit down, cause girl, we got new makeup to try, so let's go. So clearly by this face you can see that I have done some stuff. I did my brows just because I feel like that is so repetitive, and I'm not going to show you guys how I fill my brows. I fill my brows the same way every single time, but I have been trying this new water cream from Tatcha. This was one of my Christmas presents from my boyfriend. I actually really enjoy it. This is so cute though, right? Like the little spatula on top. Not gonna ever use that, but I'm always down to try new moisturizers. This one so far is really good. It smells great. It says it's the refreshing and anti-aging pore perfecting Japanese wild rose for normal to oily skin. That's me. I have normal to oily skin and I like it so far, so I'll keep you guys updated with this. For foundation today, I'm going to be trying the NARS foundation. Does this even fit in the frickin' screen? I don't think so. Okay. Anyway, so this is the new NARS Natural Radiant Long Wear Foundation. They sent this to me in PR. As you guys can tell, I've already like dug in, but I have tried this foundation a couple times. I'm gonna use it today just because I feel like, I don't know, girl, it's good and I want to talk to you guys about it. So I use the shade Oslo. It's the lightest shade. This is what the actual foundation bottle looks like. Like I said, it's in the shade Oslo Light 1. I love me a good beauty blender. I bought a new one too. Well, it's not new anymore, but it was new yesterday. So I'm gonna go ahead, pump this onto my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you guys can tell, this foundation is kind of runny. Not super runny, but not super thick, which I like. I like me that. So I'm gonna take it with a damp beauty blender and just continue to press it into the skin. So here you guys can see that I am just pressing it into the skin with my damp beauty blender. I'm starting out on one side and then just slowly working it in throughout the chin area and then to the other side of my face. I found when I work with this foundation, I like to work with it a little bit faster because it does dry up. It's not super fast drying, but it does dry, so I like to work with it fast. I don't know if it's pulling it up on camera, but this is more of like a medium to full coverage foundation depending on how you build it. When you use a brush, I am assuming I can't speak. If you use it with a brush, you are going to get a more full coverage look. I don't really use brushes to apply foundation all that much, and when I do, I always find myself going back to a beauty blender and tapping it all out anyways, so I just feel like the beauty blender is the most easy way for me. It is a lighter foundation, obviously, because I'm so light, but it does match my, like, chest. I don't know if it looks different on camera, but it does match my chest. And once I put on my contour and all that kind of stuff and bronzer, it'll match really great. I usually like to go lighter with my foundation for that reason. Also, it is, like, kind of not caking, but it kind of is picking up my dry patches, which is weird because it is a radiant foundation. I did notice that when I used it previously, so I just tap it out a little bit more on my forehead and blend it more. Once again though, once I put on like my concealer and all my other stuff, it will help with that. I also noticed around my nose area, it kind of just clings there and stays there, so I go in with my beauty blender and just really tap it out around my nose as well. But I really like the look of this foundation. I think it's really gorgeous. I'm not sure how much it retails for. I'll leave it here on the screen, but it's really great. If you have a Sephora near you, I highly recommend getting a sample of it. I'm going to be doing my contour. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation. This is in the shade Tan. I'm going to use it to contour or bronze up the skin a little bit. I usually use a very cool toned one, but we're not doing that today because I wanted to try something new. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this to places I would usually contour. So lately I've been doing a contour like here Like, see how I kind of bring it up a little bit more and then I thin it out like that. Okay. So, I'm not going to put this on my nose just because it is a little bit more, not yellow, but it's a little bit more orangey than I was thinking. I'm just looking for a brush right now. So I'm not going to be putting that on my nose. I'm going to use an actual contour shade for my nose because, girl, I got a big nose. So I'm just blending this out with a Morphe E8. A little bit more warm tone than what I was expecting, but it looks like it's blending just like all her other foundation sticks. It is more of a dry formula, which I don't mind. I mean, I do, but I don't. I just go with the Beauty Blender like I am right now, and I just tap it all out. But I definitely, like, it's just adding warmth to the skin, and that's not really what I want. I wanted more of a contour. Fenty Beauty Match Stick in the shade Amber. And this is obviously a way more cool tone. I'm just going to add this to the contours. Now that that is done, I'm going to be doing my concealer. I've used this one in the past, so I guess it's not technically brand new, but I haven't used this in years. The NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is the shade Vanilla. Since it is a little bit too dark, I'm going to mix it with Tarte Shape Tape. The only issue I have with this is I feel like I'm always dipping in, so let's go ahead and do this. I saw a thing on online about like concealer and stuff, and it said don't put your concealer right up there, start it low, and then when you're blending it out, bring it high. So I'm gonna try that today. It said it helps with creasing. Don't know, we're gonna try it though. And then a little on the nose. See what I mean, how this isn't light enough? It's a really good, like, I feel like this would be good for spot concealing, or if I just want a no makeup day, I'll use like this all over and then powder, but I like to be bright. So now I'm going to take the Tarte Shape Tape. I've gone through like 5 of these, but don't tell anyone. See, that just is going to brighten me up. And then we'll start low with this one as well. That one is empty. She's empty. Okay, so start low like that. I think it was a blog post I was reading that said start low. Okay, so I'm going to be taking this Morphe G2 brush. I've been using this brush lately. I used to use this all the time, and I've been using it again, and I'm just like, why haven't I been using you? It makes your concealer look so bougie and airbrushed. It's crazy. So blend out the nose a little. I always mess up my concealer on the nose. I always put too much on and then it takes away the contour, so just let that dry a little bit longer. So now I'm going to just tap everything out with a Beauty Blender. I always use a Beauty Blender to tap everything out. MAC and PatrickStarrr setting powder. I got this for my sister for Christmas, and I also got me one, I mean, obviously. But when she opened it, she was saying that he explained, because I've used it before, but I didn't really like it. So I kind of just stopped and started using my Too Faced one again. He said it's not really meant for baking. It's more meant for setting all over, which kind of was weird to me because I thought he was like the queen of baking. So we'll see. I usually use the Too Faced one. Oh my god. That one would change your life. It's so good. So I'm just going to tap some out onto the lid, just like this. And then I'm going to be using this stupid Morphe blending, like, Beauty Blender dupe thing I got. It sucks. But we're going to give her another try. It's this one. It's terrible. Jaclyn Hill raves about it and recommended it. So I bought a couple of them on Ulta, and I tried this one, and I'm just hating it. So we'll see. and it hardly picks up. The combo, maybe it's the brush. But both of these, like, I just have not been a fan of. Here. So while this is baking, I'm going to move into the eyes. I'm going to be using this Too Faced Just Peachy Matte palette. This was also a Christmas gift from my boyfriend, and I'm seriously, I've been holding it like this. Well, not like this, but you know, when I'm doing it, I keep smelling peaches. I'm like, why do I smell peaches? And it's this. Also going to be trying out the Urban Decay Heavy Metals eyeshadow palette. Oh my god. Holy. Okay, this is why I hate this packaging. I'm just gonna talk about this now. See, it just like slides out and it doesn't like, so I like pressed and it came out and you can't bend it or anything. It's just a piece of metal. I hate that, but whatever. So we're gonna be using this today, but first I have to go in with the Too Faced Just Peachy Matte palette, so I have to put in my transition shades and all that. So peaches and cream. It's a really pretty like all over transition shade. I'm just starting here and just slowly buffing it. Ooh, that looks nice. This palette is so smooth. I've heard so many amazing reviews on this palette, so when I got it, I was so happy. I kept almost buying it for myself, and then I was like, like I feel like I have a lot of Too Faced palettes that I don't really have in my like everyday rotation. So I wasn't really super excited to try it, but since everybody else kept saying how great it was, I was like, you know what, that'll be perfect to ask for Christmas. Because if I don't like it, I ain't spending my own money on it. Someone else can spend their money on it. So I got it for Christmas, and I really am enjoying this. Like I said, it's just the shade Peaches and Cream. It is an all matte palette, which I actually don't mind because the next palette I'm using is an all shimmer palette. I actually like that better because then you can use a couple other palettes instead of just being limited to one palette. So, food for thought. A Stripe. It's that pretty like deep purple shade on the outer corner. I think I'm going to do a halo today. I always do halos, but I just feel like they look really good on my like eye shape because I put it eyes. So, there's that. Just slowly building this color. I typically don't blend out the halo at first. I kind of just pack color on and then I let it sit and then I go to the inner corner of it and same thing, I just pack on color and then I'll blend out when I'm done, when I get like the amount that I like on. Take this like teeny tiny blender and this is when I like to blend. That's like the other thing I love about doing a halo eye is you literally only need like 3 colors and then you're good. So I used Peaches and Cream and Just Ripe, and now I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Heavy Metal palette. I guess I should have said I'm only going to do this eye on camera. I'm going to do this eye off camera just because I feel like it's going to be super repetitive. So like I said, I'm going to start with the shade After Party. It doesn't look like it has as much glitter as some of the other ones, but that's okay. I'm taking this on a MAC 242 brush. It's the shade right here. It does have some fallout, but this is what it looks like on the actual brush. Looks really nice, but I'm also going to be spraying this with a little bit of Fix Plus just because I feel like Fix Plus makes the world better. Ooh, girl. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh. Me, oh my. Look at that. Me oh my. Can you guys see that? I feel like I need to get closer. Whew, look at that. Me oh my. Oh yeah. This is stunning. Okay. So now that that's on, I'm going to actually go in with another shade to just put on. I'm going to shade it with Angel Fire because this one looks like it has a little bit more glitter. Just to give it a little bit more dimension, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, that looks nice. I don't blend, I just tap. If you blend, you're going to be taking away color and pigment that you don't want to, and then you're going to have to pretty much just redo your whole eye. Yes, I know this because I've done that before and I learned the hard way. But then I go a little bit above the halo and I blend that out, just to give it more of like a seamless look. Like that. Whew. Whew, this is so pretty. Now that that is done, I'm going to go ahead and do this eye off camera and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I put on fake eyelashes just because I wasn't going to use new ones, and once again, I don't want to be like super redundant and have this video be super long, so I just threw on the Huda Beauty Samantha lashes. So I'm going to be trying the Marc Jacobs Highliner Eye Pencil. I got this in a reward from Sephora. I have the Pink of Me one I use every single day and it's super good. So I want to give him a try. I'm going to, since I want this to be more of like a smoky, sultry look, I'm going to be using this in my waterline. I'm also just going to go into the top of where the lash is and kind of hide the glue since I'm not doing a wing or anything. So yeah, I'm just going to do that first. So I just take this along that lash line, inner corner, and then like this. This is actually a really, really nice crayon. This on the waterline. So now, I don't know if you guys can see, I'll kind of get closer, but I did have fallout from that heavy metal, so I'm going to just take a Morphe E3 and dust the bake that we did away, and this will also sweep away all that loose eyeshadow. Now I'm going to work on the lower lash line. Every single time I do my lower lash line, I always just mimic what I did on the top. I'm taking that Peaches and Cream shade to the lower lash line and just pressing it like this. Taking a really, really small brush that I used on the top. It's the Morphe E321, and I'm going to be taking the Just Ripe Berry shade, and I'm pressing this onto the lower lash line and just blending it all out throughout, kind of like I did on the top, but I'm not leaving the halo. I'm just completely doing this on the entire bottom. Now I am moving into bronzer. I've tried this bronzer formula before because it's like my go-to bronzer, but I haven't tried this shade. This is the Hourglass Nude Bronze Light. Hourglass bronzers are seriously the best formula I've ever used. They make your skin look really diffused and nice, and I think it's because they have the ambient lighting power marbled throughout, so it just looks really pretty. Grab some, and we're just gonna bronze it up. That looks nice. Now we're moving on to highlight. So this is the Anastasia Glow Kit in the sugar one. Again, another Christmas present. I've wanted this for so long, but I don't know. I never bought it. I'm using the Morphe M510 highlighting brush. This is so good. I'm obsessed with it for highlighting. One of you guys actually recommended it to me. I really, really like it, so thank you. First, I'm going to take the shade Starburst. This is more of like a peachy pink shade with a little bit of gold undertones. You guys are probably going to think I am so extra, and I'm using Fix Plus. Ooh, that's pretty. And I don't have a liquid highlighter down. Usually I always use a liquid highlighter first, but not today. This one is a little bit more subtle. I know you're probably like, what? No, it's not. But in my opinion, that is a little bit more of a subtle highlight. I'm really used to like blinding highlights because I always put a liquid base down, but I don't have a new liquid that I wanted to try, so we're just rolling with powder. Now we're going to be taking the shade Gumdrop. This is more of like a, I don't want to say glitter, but it has a lot more glitter in it. And again, Fix Plus. This one we're just dotting, like here, the highest points. I'm going to line my lips with the Flower Beauty Petal Pout Lip Liner. Too Faced Melted Latex Lip Color. It's a liquefied high shine lipstick in the shade Peekaboo. Okay, so this is the final look. For sure, probably one of the most favorite things about this look to me is the foundation. Like I said, this is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is supposed to be like the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, but a foundation form. I'm just obsessed with this foundation. I think it just looks absolutely stunning. Really loving this Too Faced Just Peachy matte palette. Once again, I'm kind of surprised by this just because when Too Faced puts out palettes, it's not that great of a formula, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it's not, I feel like their formula could be a little bit better, but for some reason this palette just really stood out to me. I didn't need a lot of shadow and it just blended everything really, really nice, and I love the way it came out. Also, I'm really digging this Urban Decay like Heavy Metals eyeshadow palette. I kind of knew I would be obsessed with this just because I love their glitters that I put on the inner corner, but this is just absolutely gorgeous. I love how it's all shimmers, so I don't really need another shimmer shade ever again, which, I mean, I probably didn't need this anyways. The lip color I'm also highly surprised by. I wasn't expecting to like this as much, but I like it. It's not very sticky. It feels like a thick gloss, but not as like you can do that, but you don't really notice it, and it lays really nice on the lip. Not so favorite in this would have to be the Anastasia Beverly Hills Tan Contour Stick. I actually don't even think this is contour stick. I think it's just a foundation. You guys saw in the video, I had to go in with the Fenty Matchstick Trio in the shade Amber because this just wasn't like cool enough, and I really wanted a contour. This would be fine for like a bronzer, but then again, I don't want to go in with a foundation stick bronzer and then a powder bronzer on top. I'd rather skip this step and just go in with bronzer. So this was kind of a pointless product in this video. I'm looking at everything. Those are pretty much like my general thoughts about most of the products I used. I really love how this look came out. Like, I'm kind of dying right now. I think it looks really good. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Like always, give this video a thumbs up. Leave me your thoughts down below. I just said that. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.